Welcome, everyone. My name is Danny Ross, and I'm going to be your host today for the AI Lunch and Learn. We have it every Tuesday at noon, and it's essentially introduction to AI if you haven't had that before. But even more importantly, if you signed up for the BillBiz AI platform, it's an open place where you can ask your questions. Again, if you have the BillBiz.ai platform and you have questions, please go ahead and throw them in the chat. I'm happy to walk through some of those things. Here are a few links regarding joining BillBiz, booking a call, my email address, things like that. A lot of times people ask me what's the voice tool I use, and that one's called VoiceIn. Any of those types of questions, please go ahead, put them in the chat if you want to. Feel free to share where you're from, and we'll get going. I see we've got some people here with questions. All right, Dr. Rashawn, we'll have to take a look. Image generation links no longer work. We'll have to take a look at what you mean by that, see if we can help you. And then let's see, we have a few new people. Certainly, if this is your first time here, please go ahead and put a 1 in the chat and we'll try to answer. We've got some note takers. On Tuesday, we do the AI Lunch and Learn, and then Thursday, we have a special edition for platform users who are using the platform to build out their businesses. We have projects that we're working on there, so you can the previous videos that are here, they have the topics, and then you can hit it. If there's one that has not been posted and you specifically want to see it, please tell me what date it was and I'll make sure we get that up there for you. I am going to have my VA take over this task since I'm traveling everywhere. I just got back from Austin, Texas. We did a 5-day live training, 2 different cohorts. It was a busy week, so catching up on videos is almost impossible. But I'm going to put one of my VAs on it so that she can try to get it done. So for those of you who have never seen the platform, let me just do a 2-minute review of it. This button here, the Start Here button, is the place to start. One of my students pointed out that this video here needs to get updated. I'm going to work on that and get that done. Again, you hit the Start Here button, you'll see a welcome video that walks you through the general ideas of the platform. Here is the latest video of our AI replay. We do a class every other Tuesday at 7 p.m. and I'll put that link in here as well. I don't think I've dropped that in there yet. Let's go ahead and do that. This is the regular Digital Express site, and this is the AI training link. And we do an exercise where we build an app in an hour and walk you through the basics of AI. We teach you the create method, which is about prompting and the philosophies of how to communicate well with AI and why you should do it this way to get the best results. If you're a beginner, that is the best place to begin. We also have a magic show where we build an AI app in an hour. It's always fun. We always try to build something new and gives you an idea of what you can accomplish. I'll drop that into the chat and that will get you going to the next one, which is tonight. December 16th, 7 p.m. For those that want to come back and join us, we'll be building out some apps using Server.ai. Let's see, we did the training, we did the walkthrough. This is a video on create method in AI Supercell. This is a sample ad that was done in the platform. Here are some of the key apps. And then, as I mentioned, you would want to progress next to the AI Lunch and Learn to see all of the different videos that we record every week. Big Dream Generator is a fantastic place to start. Highly recommend that you begin there. It gets the idea out of your head, puts it on paper, just gets it into a business brief. From there, there are many applications you can get familiar with. You can edit everything, move the icons around. Think of it like your phone. If you want to put something at the top, that's where your favorites can live. You can quickly get access to your favorites. Normally on phone, it's on the bottom, and the platform, it's on the top. You can click the plus sign to get into a description of each video, and it gives you an idea of what that video is about. Very easy to do, and some have videos associated with them, and you can watch the explanation. Matter of fact, that's one of the things on my to-do list is to tag of some of these apps with the videos associated with them. That gives you a quick overview If you have a domain name or a website and I have not built anything for you before, please put your URL or domain into the chat. We can do a couple of things, but let me see if I can assist Dr. Rashawn here. Let me go ahead and let you speak. I'm gonna put you up so you can speak. Hey, Dr. Sean, it's been a minute. Please give me a bit more to go on when you say your image generation links no longer work. What do you mean?
Hi, Danny. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. The conversational images works, and that's a paid for. Hyper realistic AI, scroll stopping AI, website hero image, those are no longer working. What I think is because they are not Bill Biz, but Deal.
No, they're
Um,
all the same. Hold on, let's take a look. Should not be any different. When you click on the link for hyperrealistic, nothing happens?
when I click on the link for a hyper realistic, have an image of a spices product or something. It says this project contains images that have been shared with you. Clone them to bring them into your own project to edit these.
Oh, okay. You might just be in the wrong project. When you click this little caret here, this little up and down arrow, it shows you all of your projects. One of them is called shared. That's correct. The shared one is like if somebody shares a project or an image with you, you end up in project shared. Think of it as a folder system where you can separate images types that you have created. These are the images that I do in demo. I think you're just in the wrong folder. Can you try clicking on that little arrow to bring it down? And it would be the
Okay,
same
so
thing.
I start out in the shared,
No,
drop the arrow.
and then you should see default, which is unless you've created your own folders or projects, they would be all under default.
I got you.
All right. I'm glad
Um,
we could fix that. What other questions do you have?
Okay, I just wanted to try out another one. You're saying all of the image pieces work in the same way. So if
Right.
I go to scroll stopping images,
They would be under a
um,
folder as well. You can pick
okay,
your folder. The idea is like I have my customers that I do work for, so you can see some of the folder names here. And so that way it's consistent. Anything that I create for them is in that project folder, and I don't have to get them all mixed up together.
okay, I got you. The other thing is in the piece where you use credits. Is there any way to know before you generate the conversational images?
Oh, sure. Let's go.
Is there any way to know before you generate your piece how many credits is going to cost? And do you have any way of saying, well, if you create a regular 16 by 9, it's usually this amount?
Actually, it's very specific. It tells you right here. I clicked on one of these sample sentences right up at the top. A
Okay.
detailed portrait of a young warrior with silver arms. And then I can pick a size on the bottom. I can
Uh-huh.
say if the quality is medium or high. It tells you at the bottom exactly how many credits it's going to cost. Almost all of them will tell you before you do anything. For instance, our favorite AI video maker is 50 credits. That's pretty consistent. And then there are
Hmm.
some that are variable, like the AI spokesperson. The amount of credits it generates is based on how long your script is. And then it'll tell you, okay, you want to generate the audio, it'll cost you this many credits. It tells you before you click the generate button how much it's going to cost. And then, so the way to think of it is we could charge everybody $69 a month and do away with most of the credit systems. But by keeping the pricing down at $19.95 a month for users, people only use those advanced tools that use a lot of CPU. The credit system, which works on all the apps, allows you to get new credits. Let's see, 1,000 credits is $6.99. It's very democratic. It's a democratic system, democratic system. If you want to use the more advanced tools, credits are pretty cheap. You can do the math and figure out how much it costs you versus paying a much larger number for things that you don't use. Anybody else have any questions regarding the platform? Happy to help. Let's keep moving forward. Today, I want to kind of touch on some important. Oh, by the way, again, if anybody has a URL they want me to use in the Magic Show, I'm happy to do that. Let me walk you around some of the new things I'm working on. First of all of the AI large language models in the platform have been updated. Hopefully, you'll see better speed when you're working in different apps and things like that. If you do have problems, like I know for a little bit, we had a little bit of a challenge with the super agent project. So the developers have been working on updating all of these tools. Super agent, if you take a look in here, these are super agent, task orientated AI. You give it a goal or a project, and it will take care of it. Under the different agents themselves, you can make sure that they're activated, they're linked, and so the manager agent, so the super agent calls the manager agent, tells it what you want it to do. And then that agent will reach out to the individual smaller agents that are hyper focused on a particular thing. Davina works on Google Docs, and Cal works on calendars. G Slides work on slides. So you can see a pattern. Do their thing. There's a research manager that manages the link, real time retriever, and then deep dive is a researcher. So it looks for things on the internet. These are the current iterations inside the products. People have been relaying issues with Super Agent. Just come up here and click Reset Agents. This will reset all the agents and update them. If you have any problems with them, that's how that works. Okay. And then you can come back here and reconnect any of these to wherever you want them to be able to use. For example, Davina is the document wizard, is connected to the Google Doc interaction that I have. I have Google Doc already in there. And then you can add to other tools. So, for example, we have Imogen, who is the AI for images. We want to definitely have her connected to hyperrealistic. And then if you want to add any other tools, you can add them as well. These are how they're connected to be able to do things. Dr. Rashan, you raised your hand. You can speak. Go ahead.
Can I add? I was trying to figure out how to connect my Airtable to this super agent.
Good question. Right now, it is only supporting Google and those you see in the checkboxes as far as tools. If you want to connect anything to anything, I would recommend you build an app. Server.ai is essentially an agent. It is a developer agent, which means that its focus is building apps. The nice thing about using this agent is that it is capable of connecting to any publicly available API. If you have a Calendly app, you can embed a calendar. If you have an email process that you want to do, batch emailing and things like that, you can connect Mailgun or SendGrid. You want to send text messages, you can connect Twilio. It is truly wide open as to what you can create. And so you, as long as the platform has a publicly available API, you can build an app around it and connect it. And then if you want to build it into the platform, you can do that as well. For example, and that's one of the lessons I was going to work on today. Let me move this down here so we can hyper focus app building process here a little bit. If I was to go into the platform, let's say I went in as one of my users, Frank, this is Frank, you can see some simple examples. I can tell it I want to build one of these things, or go to the dashboard and look at apps that I have. For example, this is the Wise Grant Builder. I'm building out a cleaning landing page. These are all pretty decent. I can clone this one and it'll add it to Frank's page here, and I can build off of it. Frank currently doesn't look like he's still on a free trial, so I can't actually build anything in his account, but I wouldn't because you get charged for each message that you send or prompt. Anyway, but the point I was making is if you wanted to start with a template, you can easily start here. And then what you would do is go here and say something like, I want to add my Airtable to this app. And so if you tell it something like that, it'll ask you, and it knows about pretty much every publicly available. If you say, I want to add my Airtable and you tell it to go and it doesn't know, then you can be even more specific by using the Airtable API. You can add it here. And then once you have it here, you can get the link from here. If you want to use it yourself or give it to your white label customers, this link here is what you can add into BillBiz. I'll give you a perfectly good example. Let's say I grab this link. Yeah, this project is sleeping. Let me get a live one that's working. Let's say I have this start wizard and I'm going to use the main link here. All right. I'm logged in right now. It's just grabbing that link from me. I need to actually give it a clean link here. I'll take you into my admin level. There we go. All right, cool. Get that dashboard up so you can actually see it live here. This is the building environment for me building that app. I have credits, meaning I have the ability to actually perform tasks. I could tell it I want to add that element. For example, I've been building this out and now it's saying, do you want to add Stripe, admin booking management, or customer portal? And when you hover over it, it tells you the prompt that it's going to use, or you could type your own prompt from scratch. The idea is this is a pretty clean way to do it. And what I would do next is add Stripe. But I brought you here to show you I could grab this link. And so when I go out to this link, I can see the entire thing here. Why? This is really a challenge. Let me try admin. It's going to tell me I'm not logged in. Yep. Let me try to. I can actually do that right now. I can kind of show you. I don't want to show you too many advanced things, but this is not too advanced. This page needs a logout button. What I can do is take a screenshot. I'm building this. It's not done yet. I'm actually building it as we go here. So I can tell it I want to take this screenshot of this little bit here. And I'll go back to the builder and say something simple like the cleaner dashboard needs a log out button. Without changing any of the other functionality, add a log out button and ability for the cleaner to see any assigned jobs. That's an easy one. I'm just telling it what I want it to do. It's like having a development team and you're the boss and you're just telling it, hey, I want to do this, I want to do that. It has me cached in Chrome as logged in as a cleaner. I was testing it over, I was flying back from Austin and I was on, if I grab my iPad, it shows me still logged in as a cleaner. I was building a functionality for this app for this customer. It needs a logout button so that when I get to another browser instance, I'm not stuck. It says it has a fully functional, so this is where you can see I didn't give it the image. That's one thing I forgot to do. User error today. Oh, I did. Yeah, I showed it. Let's refresh again. No, I don't see any cleaning button on here. I would have to disagree. I need to publish the whole site. When you publish the whole site, it saves it, and any of these links would now be updated with that information. Now I can see a logout button and it added in the section where there's no assignments. See how easy that was? I can also go into profile settings. This is what I was working on the plane last night. I want to upload a photo and build out truly comprehensive apps in just a few seconds. Now we have this new functionality that I just built in a few minutes. So if I take this link, I can go back to my BuildBiz instance and go right back into external app wizard. All right, here's the external app builder. Oh, this user hasn't paid for white label. Let me log in one instance higher. I have too many logins. That particular user does not have it. I'm going to sign in as a different user. and go back around. I'm going to log in one level higher than BillBiz so you can kind of see this as I add it through my external app wizard. Remember, you can build your own white label and you can have your own branding and all of this. BillBiz is a white label and I have my branding in there. I can create an app and this can be any external link effectively, right? Clean wizard, right? And I can give it a description. Let's see if I go back here. This is on the Treasure Coast. This is right now a very limited area, so it won't apply to all of my customers who are all over the world, but it's okay. I just want to show it off. I want to show you the process of adding anything that you create in app server.ai. You can add it here and you need a logo. It won't let you get away because you need something to point to. Let me find the logo quickly here. Hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. Images. Da, 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 da. Let's see. I have a lot of images in here. There we go. So we'll go with the little hat. And there we go. That should be fine. I forgot to do two things. You need to scroll down a little bit further and tell it whether you want it to embed the app inside of it or you want it to open in a new tab. For this type of app that won't allow you to embed it, you can tell it you want to do it externally. It'll give you an error message if it does not allow. For example, you can't embed ChatGPT into this, but I'll show you a way around that in just a second. So let's say I have this clean wizard and I can go view it. Let's see if it loads. It does. You can build a nice app in Famous and bring it right into your platform. Okay. Can you explain the difference between App Server, AI App Builder, and external app builder? Sure, no problem. Inside of the platform, there are a couple of tools. Now, these tools only apply really if you are building your own white label. For example, this is BuildBiz.ai, and you can take BuildBiz.ai and modify it any way you want and create your own version of it. And that's called a white label. If I was to show you the one I'm built out for the Empire Board of Realtors, let me bring it up here. There we go. I built this one here. Their branding is these colors. When the member signs in, they're taken here and they can sign up for it just like Build Biz. Then we have the platform itself, which is a white label app.empire. And I can sign in as a user of this white label. This is a custom version of BuildBiz.ai. They have their start button, which goes to the same videos that we have. They have their AI Lunch and Learn, but then they have customized apps. One of these apps is a coach. Think of it like ChatGPT, where you have a conversation with it and go back and forth. And that is built with AI personality, and that lives in the platform. It's not really meant to be used outside of the platform. Okay, so that's AI personality. And then AI wizard also is meant to be used in the platform, which is, let's see. Okay, let me go back out. Those are both personality. I built a few of them for them. Give me 1 second. Let me find one that is input output. This social media calendar. Yes. This social media calendar is built with AI app builder or AI wizard. Depends on what the white labeler named it. But the concept is it's an input output app that you build inside the platform. It asks you questions, you answer those questions, and then you'll get a result. Put in input, and it's more structured than a personality. So you have personality, which is like ChatGPT, and then you have AI App Wizard, which is you can build really nice apps that are very focused on something. In this case, this one creates a media calendar. The idea is you train it on specific things like real estate and the rules of real estate. It stays within the boundaries of what realtors have to adhere to. It's a regulated industry. inside the platform. Can you link this outside of the platform? You can with this particular tool, AI App Wizard. The problem is when you do that, you lose control over the costs. If somebody uses your platform, it uses credits. And you end up paying for people using that app outside. The one that is different is the chat bot or chat wizard. What's nice about that one is it doesn't cost you anything, and you can take the chat and create a chat bot and drop this chat bot on any website page. Okay, all three of these chat, you'd get the actual code and embed it on your website. If you build out a website, let's see if I have one. I can't remember if I actually put one on here. I think I did.
So, Danny, you said that we have App Server, we have AI App Builder,
I
we
haven't
have
gotten to App Server yet. These, all three of these that I've spoken about so far are in the platform.
okay, and so the only one that a person can get to from outside where you're not racking up the credits is the chatbot.
The chatbot that is correct. It's designed to be put and embedded. This is the BuildBiz.ai website. The chatbot is designed to be put on other websites. That's the one you want to use without using any more credits. Now, AI App Server, this tool is completely outside of the platform. This is a white label of famous.ai. This is a white label of that I have created specifically for my customers. That's why I give you the templates that you can build apps on. And the idea of this app is you can create any app. You know, it's completely external of the platform. You sign up, you can get a couple of messages for free, and then once you start building, you can sign up for the monthly, which is $47 a month. That is the minimal platform builder. The beauty of this tool is you can build anything. There is no limitation on what you can build. You can build web applications, mobile application, crypto applications. You can start, you are basically managing a team. It's like having your own chief technology officer. You describe your idea, generate it, and it'll start building. It's really straightforward. And we do a lot of training on this if you want to sign up for training. It's super easy to use as far as just typing English, like I showed you a couple of minutes ago, where I wanted to make that change in my app and it went ahead and made the change. It's outside of the platform, but you can still embed it as an app in the platform. I just built that AI app called Clean Wizard, and I showed you how to add an external app into the platform so that your user now will see the icon and they can come in and use that app immediately. It is pretty cool. Let me show you what it would look like. Of course, it'll just look like any other app that's in here. I need to refresh this page. That's what it is. Yeah, always have to refresh when you add a new app. That's just a requirement. Of course, let me bring this down a little bit. And there's Clean Wizard. Once I click on it, it'll open up right inside the platform. So it's easy to access. Yes, you can build your apps and then bring them back into the platform. Hopefully that made sense. Anybody else has any questions I can answer for you? Happy to answer them. All right. I mentioned you can bring chat GPTs into the platform. Sort of, kind of, yes. For example, if I have a app like this business coach and I create a GPT externally, I can bring this into the platform by using a link. If I walk through an example and I get it to the point where I want to share it, I can copy the link. This is a GPT that we created. Clifton is on the 1000X team. He created it, and then I can click the copy link button. Now that I have that link, I can drop it in here as well. Let's see, where was I? Here we go. I can go back to the external app wizard, bring in that big coach. I need to make this a little smaller so I can see the scroll bar. There we go. I can tell it to create an app and I call it Big dream, or is this the business coach? This is the business coach, right? And if I can get the description, that's a simple one. Here to help you build. He didn't spend a lot of time on the description. This is primarily was a tool that we were giving away to students, so they knew what it was for. Let me grab the link again. You just grab the link and throw it into your builder here. I don't have an icon ready, so we'll just grab one. I'm sure I've got millions of them in here. That's a pretty cool one. All right, we'll use this one. It won't fit. See how it squished it to make it fit? The business coach is in there, and I'll scroll down. I know I can't embed them, so I have to open it in a new tab. You have the choice of showing you're about to leave, or you just put instant link and then click create. The way this works is it's a two-step thing. You always have to save it and then come back in and click the publish button. It's just the way the app is built. Now that one is up there. I can go to my screen and refresh, and it will show up on the bottom. And now this is the business coach. And when you click it, boom, it takes you out to chat so you can then continue using it. This is a way to build your own custom GPT in chat GPT. If you've already got like 10 of them, you can bring it into your white label. Same thing the other way, where if you build a new app in Server.ai, you can essentially bring it into the platform. All right, I'll pause here and see if there are any questions. And I will be adding quite a few of these apps that we've built out into the BuildBiz platform because we use them for training. It just finally dawned on my brain that I should bring them into the BuildBiz platform for you guys to use. We've got Business Coach, which walks you through developing an online business. We've got PersuadeBot, which helps you with sales, specifically using the eight pillar marketing method.
Then could you go through that one more time, bringing it into creating something in Chat GPT and then bringing it into my white label?
Sure. Any GPT that you create, you can just copy the link. That's it. Then you go back to your Build Biz and
Mm-hmm.
you would essentially go to, I have to go one level higher because my user does not have white label access. You have to have at least white label access, which in Build Biz is $27 a month additional to the 19.95, so that you can build your own version of the platform. You can change all the icons, the colors, everything. Go to the external app wizard, tell it you want to create an app, and then you would just paste
Okay.
that in here. So now I have the ChatGPT link. You have to tell it you want to open the app in a new tab. It won't let you open it in BuildBiz. I did the Clean Wizard app. I was able to drop it right into here. Now I would bring in any of the other stuff and then I would have it in there. So I could pick any GPT. Persuade Bot is not a bad one. I can bring that in. I need an icon. He doesn't really have a good icon and it doesn't match my color scheme. But I can get the text, I can get the icon, I can get everything that I need and create a new one. If I was going to do this, I could get this app icon, which is not a particularly good one. And so I have that, and then I can get the name of it and the description. Actually, I'm going to do the whole thing here. One copy paste, save a little time. Let me go back here and drop this in, and I'll take this. I didn't write this GPT, Clifton did. And then the description is right there, and the icon, I just downloaded it, so I can go grab it. We got the icon, we've got it in a new tab, an instant link, and boom, it's in there now. And then I just have to go back, click edit, hit publish, and it's saved there. Now, if you have a white label, you're still going to need to add those apps to your white label. And you do that as a white label administrator. You would go into white label, aptly named, and go to settings, apps. Then you would add the two new apps, which will be at the bottom. I could add the Clean Wizard app, Persuade Bot, and the business coach bot. Those are all three chat GPT bots that are now going to be in my white label, which is called BillBiz. And so now you can see it here. If I search for, it'll just be hanging out at the bottom, but I can search for Persuade. I have to change that icon because it doesn't match my color scheme. You can see, boom, I'm right into ChatGPT. That's how easy it is. It's really pretty simple. I'll pause here, see if anybody has any more questions. You guys have been very quiet today. What we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be putting out some serious training videos on how to build your business. I'm going to be walking you through important concepts in creating an AI agency. If you're doing that, I'm going to help you with content and processes. If you want to be a coach trainer in AI, we finished that last cohort, so we're getting ready to start a new one. The methodologies that we utilize in building those out, and those will include how do you create a really good offer so that you can attract people in your marketing to your business. We're going to actually help you with all of these steps. I'm going to share some of these model builders, and so they'll help you align yourself, your lifestyle, your dreams, things like that, and then we'll build out actual from the beginning to the end kind of models as well. We'll do a little bit of each along the way so that you can get it, and then I'll make sure we add them to the platform so you can do them at your own pace. Those will all be coming in the next couple of weeks. The business coach one, I'll explain how to use it. Basically, you have to wake him up so you can say hello, and then it'll have first, it's like the big dream generator, but it gets even further. It gets even further. And so you can list out your skills and experiences and what you wanted to help you build out. You can do these as many times as you want. There's no credits for these. All right, everyone. I'm going to leave a little early. Like I said, I landed last night around midnight. So I am going to try to get the rest of my calendar caught up. Unless anybody has any questions. Anybody have any questions? All righty. I'm going to let you guys go. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye bye.